evening, President and board members. I'm Jeff Kirsch from Spring-Asbury Township, and I have a couple concerns I'd like to relay. The two issues are communication and debt. I was surprised to find out, please correct me if I assumed wrong, that portions of Indian Rock are currently rented out regardless of any future agreements. And so I agree with the speaker about that, you know, why are we having parts of this, we're complaining about space and we're using space for other uses, and that just seems to be a conflict, which I think needs further explanation if that's true. The other thing is about debt. I'm relatively new to the area. I'm obviously not, I'm 68, I'm not a consumer or have relatives that are consumers of education services, at least through the district. But as far as being a stakeholder, my role is a debt holder, because my parents or my property will be encumbered by this borrowing. And right now, you've probably heard in the news, because it's so, you know, interest rates are not at 0% anymore. The government has changed its policy and they're going to 7% and they're on. So, you know, whatever the amount of this is, it's going to be more than perhaps it was figured since this assessment of the project started, what was it, 3 years, 10 years ago? You know, that's a different change. In my limited experience here, I'm not an economist, or, you know, I don't have a detailed background in that, but I came out here in 2010 to help my dad out, and after 2017, I'm still here as his executor and probably going to relocate here, which is an element of my concern. But I've noticed just out my windshield that things are changing. It seems to me things have changed here economically. In Haynes Acres, there used to be 4 banks there. Now there's 1 credit union. You know, in Galleria Mall, where are the anchor stores? You know, they're gone. I mean, there may be, you know, the internet and other factors in that, but I think the root cause is banks don't hang around, stores don't hang around when there's less money to be spent there. So I would like to find out, well, overall, the other aspect is communication. I only found out about this through the residents group, and I only found out about this other element with the possible other use of Indian Rock here at the meeting. You know, I think there's many more people probably that are in my same situation, that we feel somewhat blindsided by this in view of the size, complexity, and effects of the project. And my suggestion would be to take a pause on this, and with, what is it, 8,000, 9,000 households in the district, make sure that the people are fully informed. Obviously, the consumers, the people with children here, are very, you know, they're certainly informed because they have a very high issue, you know, that's in their life. But people like myself that are just going to be debt holders, you know, we probably, other factors, we may not have time for that, but it's not as important as it is to them. But we need to all participate in this. We need to have a full base of community support. So that would be one way to achieve that. Also, if it's possible to do an economic survey of the community, as one of the speakers just mentioned, what is our capacity to support this debt? You know, and certainly it's sort of like financing a car, TV set, house, anything else. You have to look at your capacity, and you have to look at the future effects.
You have 1 minute.
Thank you. And one other suggestion, just off the wall, whether for some of the elements of this, like I think they mentioned a pool at the high school as part of the list of projects. Have they looked into corporate sponsorship? I don't know if that's still a thing. But one other item, as far as the debt, I looked into earlier in another matter that municipal bonds, which these would be, are sold minimum unit $5,000. And of course, they're handled by banks in Wall Street. And that money comes out of our community and goes who knows where across the world. My idea in this other situation was, if we somehow could lower that denomination and make a portion or whatever works available in the community, so like people that want to send kids to school get tax-free interest on these bonds instead of having to look at other alternatives, which take the money out of the community. So anyway, just possibly something to think about. And like I said, I hope I can resolve my lack of knowledge on the details here. And I certainly am in favor for education. I think,
That's time.
consequences on death. Thank you.